Let's do it. Another edition of the Spartan Sports Buzz, where we talk about the latest in Michigan State sports. And the latest revolves around the Michigan State basketball team as they routed Penn State on Thursday night 82-67. And really, the game wasn't as close as the final score indicated, which may be a bit of a surprise for a couple of reasons. One, because Penn State was riding a hot streak, winning 3 straight games. And the other, well, we found out before the game that Keith Appling wouldn't play because of his wrist injury that he's been dealing with for really the better part of 2 months. And we didn't know it was going to get this bad. He normally plays through pain. And here's a prognosis that Tom Izzo actually gave us about Keith after the game.
I can't tell you what it was like yesterday to sit in my office, prepare for practice. I talked to Keith the night before. It sounded like things were getting better. And trainer calls and says he can hardly move his wrist. And you know, we had specialists look at it. We've gone through all the X-rays and everything, and just kind of a strange deal. I don't know if it's locked up or what, but they've done some work on him. But poor guy missed his first game, I think, here. It was hard. If you asked me, is he going to be ready Sunday or next week, or I have no idea. I have no idea. It's strange, but I know this: of every guy I got on my team, he's the toughest. And so if he can...
Now, Keith's been dealing with the injury, like I mentioned, for about 2 months since the start of December when he fell against North Carolina and landed on his wrist. And it's been bothering him off and on ever since, depending on how he falls, when he goes to the basket and gets hit and fouled and whatnot. But we learned something interesting after the game. Tom Izzo is going to try to teach him how to fall because, according to the investigative reporting that Matt Charbonneau of the Detroit News did, following the game on Thursday, we found out that Tom Izzo apparently knows a little bit about gymnastics. Is that true, Tom? Really?
He falls a lot. I told him he's got to go to gymnastics class, learn how to fall without landing on your wrist. My gymnastics teacher taught me that in college, and it works. Me and Mariucci could do those, those flips and high bar stuff, and more talented than you thought, huh?
Now, the good news is, coming out of that Penn State game, Adreian Payne returned after missing the last 7 games previous to it with a right foot sprain, but he played 18 minutes, scored 12 points, and had a few rebounds. And the biggest news of the night was he still felt good after the game.
I've just been testing it in practice, and, I told Coach that today I would just go out and play, and if I felt anything, I would tell him. But I didn't feel anything, so I just continued to play.
Now, one of the reasons that Michigan State has played so well in spite of all the injuries is because guys continue to step up, even the ones who we thought maybe we didn't know too much about heading into the season. And the latest was Kenny Kaminski, who had his 3rd double-digit performance of the season. He scored a career-high 19 points on Thursday. He had his first 5 3-pointers of the game, and Kenny Daggers actually knew before the game that he was going to have a big night.
It's funny because Denzel was sitting next to me on the bench. I just got done shooting. I told him I was feeling pretty good today, and he goes, well, let me see something. So I'm sitting on the bench. It's probably just a little over half court on Penn State's bench. I just kind of throw it up, and it goes off the backboard and in. I was looking at him like, bro, I'm hot. And he was like, I believe you, bro. So it was just one of those kind of things. I just knew from 2 hours before the game I was going to have a big night.
If you haven't gotten enough of Spartan Sports just yet, check out more of our videos from the basketball team at SpartanSportsNetwork.com. And here's a schedule of live events coming up this weekend on SSN 24/7.